In this video I will fly a traffic pattern with the Falke. This is the C version with stronger engine. It's a Limbach 2000 cubic centimeter engine, and the engine is already running. All the temperature is in the normal range, so let's jump into the cockpit. Okay, very important, we should open the cowl flaps, not to kill the engine. The maximum air temperature which we can reach is 120 Celsius. Above that we can just boil the engines. It's an air-cooled engine. Let's start rolling to the runway. Okay. Try to roll as slow as possible, so walking speed, not faster. Today we will take off from runway 30, and actually it would be enough just to turn into the direction and apply full power, but the runway what is before us, it's what we can use. It's still better to gain some extra meters. The Falke is a motor glider, so it's lifting off quite early with low speeds. Around 50-60 it will start floating, and the speed for the climb we will set up at 90 km per hour. When the aircraft is accelerating slowly, we will elevate the tailwind with pushing the stick forward, and then try to keep the aircraft parallel to the runway. You don't want to hit the runway with the propeller. Okay. Very quick before startup check. Stop the aircraft. Apply power around 1700. Check the carb heat if RPM is dropping. Okay, it's working. Then let's apply full power with still the brakes on to see if we can get to the full power for the takeoff. It should reach at 3000 RPM. It's okay. It's a hot summer day, so let's enter some fresh air for us. And we are ready for takeoff. So apply full power. Push the stick a bit forward to elevate the tail wheel. Try to keep the aircraft parallel to the ground, and with the rudder keep it in the center line, and slowly it's elevating, and when it's in the air try to set up the 90 in a safe distance from the ground. Pull back a bit on the throttle, trying to take care of the engine health as well, and we are continuing the climb with this. Okay, so the runway heading was 300 degrees, and we will make a right turn. So to the crosswind leg to the right, it means that we will head to 030 degrees. Okay, we can start the turn. Keeping the 90. The runway elevation was 490 feet, so the traffic pattern height is 1000 feet. Okay, we have the 30 degrees, keeping still the 90, so it means that we want to climb up to 1500 feet. Okay, we have a short crosswind, and let's turn to the downwind leg. For every turn, let's look into the direction, so you will be not surprised of any traffic popping up. Okay, here we see the runway, so we should be fully parallel with it. It's runway 300, so the downwind leg will be 120. But as it's a VFR flight, just look out of the window and check if you're moving parallel to the runway or not. In the meantime, we're reaching also the traffic pattern height. So we first set up the level flight. With that we accelerate a bit with the aircraft, and when the speed is building up, we just set up also the cruise power, which is around 2500-400 RPM. It will mean for us 130-140 km per hour. So we can start the third turn to the base line. Before turning to the base, we set up the aircraft for the approach and descending. So let's close the cowl flaps, put on the carpet, and the RPM around 1500, and speed is 90, the same with the approach, the takeoff. We can start the turning to the base leg. 120 plus 90, it's 210 degrees, but we will also see the airport, so we can refer to that position. Okay. By the way, this is the fantastic scenery from AHA simulations. It's the Győr airport, northwestern Hungary. Yes, so as you see, the direction is 210 degrees, and slowly we can turn to the final, to 300 feet, 300 degrees. This aircraft doesn't have flaps, so we should use the spoilers, and it's quite powerful, so if you apply full spoilers, then the sink rate will go up to 4 or 5 meters per second. So it's better to start with a bit smaller spoiler and then extending gradually, not to land before the runway. Okay, so we are on the final 300 degrees, runway 30. We can move the throttle to idle and apply the spoilers. It's 50% approximately, which I'm applying now. You can check also on the wing. Let's try to find the center line and keep the 90 on the speed. Before touchdown, I should push back a bit on the spoiler, because in the real aircraft the full extended spoiler also applied the brake, and it can have very serious consequences landing with a fully braked wheel. But it's, for us, it's not so relevant. Okay. And yeah, we are down. This is it. Okay, spoilers back, carpet back, co-flaps open, and full throttle. We can continue the takeoff again. Pushing down from the nose a bit, elevating the tail wheel, and lifting off around 70, setting up the 90 as a speed, pulling back a bit on the throttle and getting to the safe level, and you can continue the traffic patterns like this. I recommend doing at least 5 at one time to really learn the method.